So this was somebody's doubt, and they have asked us first to tell them how to study sociology as a subject as a beginner. Okay? From a beginner's point of view, how should one study sociology? Or a person who has not studied sociology previously or has no background in sociology, how should that person study sociology? So first of all, we will take this part. Before starting the sociology syllabus or reading, you should go through the syllabus. It is very important, often overlooked by freshers. It is not often told by seniors or perhaps teachers, or not stressed enough. Many times, even when we are told that please go through the syllabus, we tend to ignore such advices because we do not understand, we do not realize the importance of going through the syllabus. So in sociology, it is very important for you to go through the syllabus. In sociology, we have two papers, paper 1, paper 2. Paper 1 consists of the foundation or concepts of sociology. Paper 2 consists of the application of these concepts on Indian society. So, if you want to understand paper 2 or the application, first of all you have to strengthen your base, which is the concepts. Now let us move to paper 1. When we are talking about concepts, what exactly are we referring to here? In the concepts, in part A, we have 3 topics. They are introductory topics. For example, it tells us about emergence, development of sociology as a discipline, establishment of sociology, different departments, different institutions, different universities where sociology came up. And then it also tells about the methods. It tells us about the methods that researchers use while studying society. Sociology is a research discipline, is a social science, but here we have to stress on the research aspect also. So, the part A of the concepts, you have to read about the emergence, then its journey as a science, and the methods that are there in sociology or which are used by different sociologists. Now, in part B, we have sociological thinkers. Here, by thinkers we understand these are sociologists who have studied sociology since the beginning of this discipline or the emergence of this discipline. Although there are many thinkers, but in our syllabus we have 6 major thinkers. They are Karl Marx, Emil Durkheim, Max Weber, Talcott Parsons, Robert Merton, George Herbert Mead. So 6 major thinkers in next part. Then we have to study social stratification. Social stratification tells us that society is made up of certain social structure, or it has a structure Just like a building has a structure, it is built up of bricks and mortar. Similarly, in society also, the social structure refers to all the social institutions plus interrelations between people, all the interactions, different processes. Here we have to understand everything from different aspects. We have different criteria. We learn about gender, age, race, class, estate, all these criteria of differentiating society. Once we understand social stratification, then we start reading about the social institutions. In social institutions, we read about work and economy. We read about political setup. We read about religion. We read about family, marriage and kinship. All these social institutions we study. These comprise of different theories which we have already studied, and then the structure or structural makeup of all these social institutions. Once we read them, once we understand them, finally we read about social change. This is very important. Every society undergoes certain change, and this social change has many agents. So we study about the different agents of social change. We study about different theories. We study about different definitions of development, dependency. We learn about different types of countries classified on the basis of development. All these we try to study here. So, paper 1 consists of concepts, thinkers, perspectives about the changes happening in contemporary society. Now, there are two ways of starting paper 1. You can either start by following it sequentially from topic 1, which is emergence of sociology, and then going to the next topic, or you can go for directly to topic 4, which is the thinkers. You can directly go to thinkers. The problem here is, if you start from topic 4, there will be a few things which you will not understand. But learning about those topics is not necessary, is not a criteria to learn topic 4. This is an independent topic. Now, when you start learning about these, before this you have to understand that the sociological thought or the sociological theories are majorly divided into two types. They are known as macro and micro theories. In macro theories, we have those which stress upon the structure of society as a whole. Here we, in micro theories, we stress on human behavior or social action. The macro theorists mainly, they are supported by the positivists. The micro theories are supported by the non-positivists. Once you understand this, it is easy for you, because now when you start the thinkers, you will realize that the first thinker, Karl Marx, then we have Durkheim, they were from the macro school. Marx was a conflict theorist while Durkheim was a functionalist. Both these thoughts are opposite to each other. The functional school stresses upon social order. The conflict theorist school stresses upon social differences or forces which disturb social order. So, they are different. Then we have the micro theorists. First comes Weber. He is also known as interpretivist because he gave the theory of interpreting the meanings of actions or social action of individuals or actors. This interpretation or understanding of meaning he called Verstehen. He was one micro theorist. The second in our syllabus is symbolic interpretivist or interactionist. This person is Mead. Okay. So, he was symbolic interactionist plus interpretivist. Okay. Because here also what is happening? Some symbols are being used while interaction, and a researcher has to interpret what do these symbols mean or what is the reason behind the interaction or how this interaction takes place, how a child starts understanding this interaction and how he becomes ready for his role as a grown up in society, as a member of his community. These two are interpretivist school of thought or micro theorists. Now, in macro theorists, we have two more thinkers. The third thinker is Talcott Parsons. Fourth thinker is Robert Merton. They are functionalists or they belong to the same school, or as some of them call them as structural functionalists. Sometimes they call or they like being called by this name because there is certain difference between the original functionalist school of thought and structural functionalism. This is because Parsons, when he was studying sociology or society, he introduced or he included an element of social change, and Merton, when he was studying society, he included an element of dysfunction these concepts were not there in the original functionalist theory. So, to summarize, in the macro theory or in macro theories, we have Marx first, second Durkheim, third Parsons, fourth Merton. In the micro theorists, we have Weber and we have Mead. So, when you understand the relationship between these thinkers, when you understand the background, only then you can connect them and it is easier for you to understand and recall these thinkers. So, this is about thinkers. Now, you are saying that you are finding it difficult to understand these thinkers. Of course, as a beginner or as a fresher in sociology, you are expected to find the subject difficult, but try to draw charts or comparative charts when you are studying this subject. For example, I have Marx, I have Durkheim, I have Weber, then Parsons, Merton and Mead. So, this is a small chart of thinkers that I need to study. Here I know he is from micro school, he also micro. Here we have micro, this person again macro, macro, micro. Marx, positivist, Durkheim, positivist, Weber, positivist, also although he is known as a non-positivist, but he used both positivism, so P plus NP. Parsons, positivist, Merton, positivist, Mead, NP, right? So, this is it. Now, these stressed upon the structure, they stressed upon action, structure, here also interaction, symbolic interactionism. When you have this picture before you and then you try to read, you will find it much easier. Marx stress on economy. Durkheim, his main theory was function and social order. You can write function here. Weber was, of course, social action. Then Parsons was social structure plus social change. Merton, social structure plus dysfunction. So, here we have crime, deviance and all those theories. In Mead we have self, concept of self, I and me. So, this is the main chart. In Parsons we study about AGIL, pattern variables. In Merton we study about crime, deviance, the classification of all those, the 5 types, 5 responses. In Weber we have Protestant ethic and spirit of capitalism. In Durkheim, this is sufficient social order function. Marx, we have economy plus historical materialism if you want, class struggle. So, when you prepare chart like this, a comparative, this is known as a comparative chart of thinkers, then it will be very easy for you to recall and recollect thinkers. Apart from that, PYQs are very much important. For all the 6 thinkers, please go through the PYQs and make notes of those concepts which are being asked repeatedly. Once you get through them, try to answer the questions or attempt questions, and when you find something difficult, reread that portion and re-attempt the answer. So, the learning or sociological learning or revision is a process of repetition, or I would say repeating the same process again and again. So, this is something which we dislike, but we have to start liking this process. Only then will we conquer our syllabus. So, I assume now that your doubt has been cleared. First, how to approach sociology. Your approach should begin with the syllabus. Your focus should be on understanding, and for note making, for thinkers, go for comparative charts and also accompany it with PYQs, and you will be able to read, revise and recall. We hope you have benefited from this helpful or video message, and if you have any further queries, you can put forth your queries in the group itself. Thank you.